unheard entrepreneurs have a major problem. They're putting out content like everyone's telling them to do, and they're consistent and they keep educating and adding in all this value. But the problem is that what they're talking about tends to be the same thing all their competitors are talking about. And there's more and more content being uploaded every day, and it's only going to get worse. Online business and online entrepreneurship is growing faster than it has ever grown in the past. One of the things that we do, and one of the things we've discovered that allows us and our clients and our students to stand out, is how to move to the 5th level of market sophistication. You see, most people start out and they talk about the same thing everyone else is talking about. They are either an expert on a certain platform or a certain little area, then they start getting more and more competitors, and their success starts to plateau or diminish because they were at level 1 of market sophistication, meaning that they were the only ones, so they saw success, more and more people came in and they drowned out. So how do we elevate ourselves, elevate our brand, and make sure that you stand out? Well, we have to get you to the 5th level of market sophistication. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hop over to the board right now. I'm gonna draw out our process for it and show you guys exactly how you can stand out, and it might be easier than you think. So let's go. Okay, so here we are on the blackboard, and I wanna show you the easiest way to start crafting messaging in your content that allows you to move that 5th level of market sophistication, which basically means you don't have any competitors. Now, one of the things that we like to do to move you to that 5th level is create what is the process that is uniquely yours. How are you different than everyone else? If you teach YouTube, is there a unique process that you use that no one else uses, or can you spin it a little bit differently so that it is now a way that people don't use on YouTube or something? For us, we used to teach YouTube for years, and I didn't want to be known as a YouTube expert. And I knew that there's something deeper than just teaching YouTube. So we created the video 4X effect, and it's synergistic strategy on how to get video on all platforms. It's the workflows to make video easy. It's impactful messaging, and then it's vision. So that way all your videos lead to one thing. That is uniquely us. We have no competitors because no one else can come in and teach the video 4X effect. So what we do, and where your content needs to be, is instead of trying to figure out content topics based on what's popular or keywords, we look at what's the methodology, what is uniquely yours. And what happens is you determine what those pillars are, and all your content needs to be aligned with those pillars. This basically becomes your North Star. Every piece of content you put out points back to this. It could be one of the pillars you're talking about or a piece of one of the pillars that you're talking about, but when you start talking about it, you just relate it back to the methodology. Now, hopefully this is starting to make sense, but there's something that you have to do that makes this even more impactful. And a lot of people don't do this. What you need to do is identify a struggling avatar and a future-paced hero. What this does is allows you to talk about mistakes people make, problems they're facing, and consequences they're going through or consequences they're going to face, and actually give it a name. You give that identity a name. So for example, if I started talking about how unheard entrepreneurs only put out how-to content, they grow really slow because of it, they put out content for the sake of putting out content, anytime someone is now doing those things, they're associating their identity as the unheard entrepreneur. Now what I then do is say when those problems get fixed, you now become a new generation entrepreneur who stands out because they stand for something. So I start to future pace. I start to talk about all the things that they want, all the things that they desire, and I give that an identity. So for me, it is the unheard entrepreneur, and it is the new generation entrepreneur. For one of our clients, we have the hopeful hobbyist who continues to try to build an online store, but they treat it as a hobby. And then we have the impactful CEO. And anytime we talk about mistakes, we attach it to this identity. Anytime we talk about what they want, we attach it to this identity. What this does is allows them to see this is where they are, this is where they want to be, and we create what I call a demand gap. And when we create a demand gap, we then position the methodology as the solution. So we would say things like, well, how does the unheard entrepreneur get over to the new generation entrepreneur? Well, they start putting out content with intention. And that's why pillar number 2 of the video 4X effect is impactful messaging. So now what I'm doing is linking impactful messaging as the solution and link that back to our methodology. Now all of my content and all of my messaging is pointing to our North Star. Now we have consistent messaging. We are standing out uniquely because no one else is talking about this process. we've gotten them to associate themselves to an identity they don't want, and we got them to see an identity they do want. Now our content starts to have a lot more intention behind it, and we stop putting out content for the sake of putting out content. Now, one little piece that makes this even more effective. Teaching and educating and going through your methodology can really only take you so far. It may make you stand out, but we want to make you a thought leader. We want to have you shift perspectives. So what we also need to do is look at, what does the methodology solve for people when it comes to beliefs? What beliefs do they hold that you can start to shift? And now we start using thought reversal videos, but we only use thought reversal videos if they tackle beliefs that our methodology fixes. For example, the industry right now is infested with the belief that they need to add value by educating and doing how-to content. So we would do a thought reversal video that says how-to content isn't the fastest way to build a following. Look at Gary Vaynerchuk, he grew faster than anyone, and he didn't use a single traditional how-to video. So now what I'm doing is shifting perspectives and linking it back to our methodology. Now, if all your content does this over and over and over again, you start to stand out, but you also create demand for your methodology. How much more effective do you think your ads will be? How much more effective do you think your sales funnels will be when you're basically creating demand for the methodology? You run an ad that says, learn this methodology on a deeper level on our webinar. This is how your content starts doing 70% of your selling. It is one of the most effective ways to build an audience fast, create demand for your product, and have 70% of your selling be done in your content. If you want to learn more about this process and learn more about the Video Forex effect, you can click the link around this video and get on our free training. It's going on right now. So go ahead, click the link around this video, register, and I'll see you there.